Good afternoon, everyone. This is Christy with Van Ahn & Company. It is Tuesday, July 12th. I'm going to go over the markets with you for the day. You did have a USDA crop report, so that kind of dictated trade for a little bit, and then really it was much of a dud report, so you switched to the weather models once again to kind of decide where this trade is going to go. Out of the crop report, it was slightly friendly corn, pretty neutral beans, and a little bit unfriendly wheat. What you had was actually a reduction to carry out in old crop corn, and you were expecting a slight increase there. You're still at 1.7 billion bushel carry out into old crop corn, so there is ample supply around. So the amount of friendliness that can come out of that is very limited. You did have some friendly numbers into new crop corn as well, with people expecting over a 2.2 billion bushel carry out, and you came in at just over 2 billion bushel. Once again, that is a very large number, so it's hard to get extremely friendly over these numbers, but they did come in below expectations. Over into the soybean market, what you had there was a slight decrease into the old crop carryout level, which was expected, and then actually a little bit of a growth here into the new crop carryout level, which is still actually a decent, size carryout. What the problem with soybeans is there is a blocking ridge coming through weather-wise that could cause some heat and some dryness to come into majority of the corn belt, and it is still a very important time frame for these beans as far as growing conditions go. So that is what's been able to support the bean market. You did not get anything actually friendly number-wise, fundamental-wise. It's just that weather is building a little bit of premium into soybeans, as well as the fact that demand is still extremely strong there. Moving into the wheat market, you had numbers come in above expectations really on every aspect, production-wise, also on the world numbers, so you have very unfriendly tone there. You did be able to keep somewhat supported with corn being up 4, so you didn't let wheat break too much, but for the most part, very unfriendly fundamentals as far as that goes. Also noting here into the soybean market, you were able to bounce, closing up 32 cents here, so once again, building that weather premium into this market. Over into the meat markets, you were able to rally back until you saw those grains come back a little bit, and then close down about 57.5 cents on live cattle, 60 to a buck lower on feeder cattle, mixed onto lean hogs. Outside markets were favorable, with crude up slightly, the Dow up slightly, making new highs, and then the dollar was steady to just a little bit weaker. Moving forward, what we're going to see is these weather forecasts are really going to drive the market, whether or not these are going to stick, whether or not we run into an episode of hot and dry, and what effect this actually has on grains. We are looking at excellent crop conditions, about 10% above the average on corn, 9% above the average on soybeans, so definitely room for a little bit of heat to come in here. We're running extremely well. As far as also noting on these S&D numbers, as far as you did not see any update to the yield numbers, so you are still dealing with a trend line yield, which many, with the crop conditions the way they are, expect that yield to be slightly higher. Coming in here, you're at 168 as far as it goes on corn, and then you're starting with a 46.7 on beans. Record numbers, 171 on corn, and then 48 on beans. So there is some room to the top side, especially since our crop conditions are actually better than those record years, that people are expecting to see some increases there, which would grow that carry out. But we are probably going to be about a month or two off before USDA really pulls the trigger to make those changes there. I do have to close with a disclaimer. Trading in futures and options involves risk loss and may not be suitable for all producers. Have a great day.